Well, hello there, YouTube.
My usual, if you notice, my gas is a little lower. Usually I'm a lot farther down the road before that gauge is right there. I did not record what I did this morning on purpose, but it was tremendous fun. These things go a hell of a lot faster than you think they do. So I'm cruising along. I'm not going to get into any kind of numbers, but I'm cruising along. I've got the cruise control set at 75 and the eco mode on. And all of a sudden, I see this bike coming up, behind me in the fast lane. I'm in the center lane. And there's like no cars anywhere. They're way up ahead of me. And the traffic was actually going faster than I was going. So they were not only ahead of me, but, slowly disappearing in the distance. So here comes this bike coming up on me and looked like a Harley. And sure enough, it goes blowing by. It's a guy on a Road King. Not a classic, just a standard Road King. Looked like about my era, somewhere 02 to 06, somewhere in there. Boom! Goes flying by. Holy crap! I'm like, Jesus! How freaking fast is this guy going? So I pin it to win it, And I get shy of triple digits, and it just hits a wall. It's just like, wall. It just doesn't want to go. And I'm like, what the hell is going on? And I look down and see that stupid green eco light, and I go, ah, shit. So you push and hold the mode button for 2 seconds, see the little green eco. Push it for 2 seconds, and doom, woo! Off she went. So anyway, I follow this guy. Actually, we're in the area that I followed him. In fact, it was just past this rest area that I backed off. There's a rest area on the left-hand side on the other lane. But anyway, I'm following this guy in the triple digits, and he just hammering down. I'm like, jeez, is this guy riding this thing like this all the time? Because he came up on me so fast. I mean, he was riding a sustained speed. So we're coming up close to this, and that thing swirls around. Sometimes there's cops back that way. But all the way down through here, just past the rest area. But it was about halfway between the rest area there and this bridge up ahead of us. I see something white coming up on me, and it's two wheels. I'm like, oh dear God. And I mean, it is closing in. And I'm thinking, oh shit, it's a ST1300 or a Beamer. It's one of the police bikes. And so it's coming up. So I thought, if I'm getting pulled over, I'm going with the Harley. So I scooch up on him, and I'm riding just right with him. I'm about as far from him as this roadster up ahead of me. And, shit, I gotta go. Somebody's calling here. Alright, I'm back. And actually, I went down the road here a couple of miles because my kid talked to me about so many damn things, I forgot what the hell I was talking about. Crazy. So anyway, I was thinking about something he was saying to me. It's weird when you're vlogging, you just kind of you're used to riding that. You know how you ride down the road on your motorcycle, and all these things just flood through your head. It's just that, I don't know why is it like that when you're riding a bike compared to when you're driving a car. I mean, you think of a ton of stuff when you're driving a car, but it's totally different when you're out riding a motorcycle. It's that, taking that shower in the morning, that 10 or 15 minutes in that shower, you'll get more thinking and decision making and stuff done in that 10 minutes than you will the rest of the day. Why is that? But anyway, riding down the road on a motorcycle, that's that similar deal. But so anyway, where I left you off, I'm pretty certain this is a cop rushing up on us. I don't see any lights flashing, but it's a white bike and it's closing in fast. So I scooch up, and I thought, if I'm going, I'm taking the Harley guy with me. So I'm not gonna, I'm not gonna be the man out here. He's gonna have to get us both. So I'm watching, and I mean, this thing is closing on us like crazy. It's like when you have a problem when you're out on a road race track and you're riding off the line, you know, feet out or hands in the air or whatever, and guys pass you at full speed. It's like, whew. So anyway, this thing comes up, and I mean, I'm looking in the mirrors, and this thing is closing in on me like freaking crazy. Watch this guy. I don't know what this is. I can't make it out just yet, but he's all tucked in, hauling ass. Oh my God, it's an old 500 Shadow Honda. I didn't think that thing go much over 80 miles an hour. He was tucked in back there. Wow. Good old Hondas. But anyway, I'm watching this thing close in, and it's closing in like you're sitting on the side of a racetrack watching a bike coming down the straightaway. Whew. Goes flying by. It's a damn white Hayabusa. And he's gone, and he makes that right-hand turn right by the battleground exit, which, you know, I wanted to be slowed down by, which I did. But he made that turn, and he looked like he was having a pretty tough time making her stay on the road in that turn. He was in the fast lane, and it looked pretty damn sketchy to me. But wasn't a cop. Some crazy guy on a Hayabusa that I guess he realized there was no cars on the freeway himself and decided to take advantage of it, and probably seen us and thought, well, I'm gonna go by it 205 miles an hour or whatever the hell. Depends on whether he's got the governor removed or not. He was probably going at least, what is it, 83 or 86 or 186, somewhere in there is where there's speed govern. But yeah, I was amped out, and of all things, I hardly ever listen to radio going down the road, and I just had this. You guys are gonna laugh. I mean, you're seriously gonna laugh. But I have the Bee Gees. It's called the One Night Stand, or One Night Only. I think it was the last album that they made. It's back in '97 or something like that. But anyway, I have that on my iTunes, the whole thing. It's some of their best recording ever. They're singing it live. It's recorded live, but absolutely phenomenal if you're into the Bee Gees at all, which you know, a lot of people think that's really corny, but there was a time they were too hot to trot. I think what got me thinking about the Bee Gees is that old movie from 1980 called Little Darlings with Christy McNichol and Tatum O'Neal. That was on, and in the beginning, I'm sorry if you can hear her. I guess I could just turn her down, but anyway, they're on the bus at the very beginning of the show, and one of the gals that, God, what was her name in the show? But she, good Lord, she passed away in 1985, so she died 5 years after that. She's kind of the heavy-set, dark-complected, dark-haired gal, maybe a little dark-complected. But yeah, she passed on in 85. It's crazy. God, what was her name in the show? Anyway, they're on the bus and they're talking about Andy Gibbs' ass. The girls were going, they love his ass, or so I don't know, that came in my mind, and I hit the old phone button and was talking to old Siri and said, play the Bee Gees. Well, that's the only Bee Gees I have on there. I just put the whole album on, and I was listening to that. So all that shit was going on with the Harley and the Hayabusa and the speed and the excitement of that. I was amping out. I was going to tell the guys at work, I said, yeah, I was amping out listening to the Bee Gees, but I'm afraid they would ask how fast I was going or something. I hate saying I ain't gonna tell you or whatever, so it's just better not to even bring it up. So let me feed the monster, and be careful. I can't just record willy-nilly on these fours, because Yeah, it's got 2 bars of battery left. What are you asking? Oh, well, you guys know what my zip code is. You can see it on my P.O. box. That wasn't my PIN number, by the way. It was just asking for the zip. But anyway, I can't just record willy-nilly on this thing, or I'll be pulling over doing a disastrous battery replacement. So I'm going to let you go. We'll talk at you later on down the road. We'll see ya. Bye. So I'm glad I actually turned Waze off when I stopped for gas, and fire trucks and everything are flying by. I thought, I'm going to turn Waze back on. So I turned Waze back on, and it's a good thing, because right up there is a massive car crash. So we're gonna inadvertently take a few back roads here. Man, you could still smell like burning rubber. I couldn't see it. All I seen was just traffic stopped, and it looks like everybody and their brother's coming down the freeway, or they're moving anyway. I don't know if I'm past the wreck or prior to it. Now she's gonna drive me nuts with it. Oh yeah, there's something happened there for sure. All kinds of safety vehicles out there. I can actually just spin up, get back on the freeway right here without having to take the entire back road route. Yeah, I know how to get there. She's already realized I'm past the accident and get me back going. Oh yeah. Smash and pile them. The way people drive, just absolutely like idiots. Like everybody's, in some crazy hurry to get somewhere. Of course, I'm telling you that after I just told you the story I just told you. But there was I'm telling you, it was literally me and a road king. Or a road king and I. And then I had a flyby by a Kamikaze pilot on a freaking Hayabusa. And I do mean that was a flyby. Literally made me feel like I was sitting still. It's crazy. So, anyway, there was nothing to see there. And there was no excitement. So, I'm going to slide back out again. And I'll have to turn Waze off once I hit the back roads, because she'll literally drive you nuts trying to steer you back to the highway. I've just got home programmed in, and as soon as I deviate from my route home, she starts going off like a regular GPS. Well, you can actually use it like a GPS. But the nice thing is how she alerts you of things. So she doesn't say anything. I get on the freeway, and all of a sudden she tells me to take that exit now. And about that time I see brake lights going like crazy and other people scrambling to get off and hit that exit. Man, you can get stuck in something like that for hours. I mean, that one, obviously traffic was still moving through, but it could have been worse. Nothing like sitting on hot blacktop on a motorcycle. It's not like you're sitting there with your AC on in your car and just take a nap or two, So I was asking my kid, because I haven't asked anybody it's always customers or somebody from work or something that I'm talking to driving down the road. So I had a perfect opportunity, had my kid. I said, hey, by the way, I said, how do I sound? He goes, what do you mean? I said, do you hear a lot of wind noise? Or he's going, you're driving down the road? I go, well, I guess that answers the question. He goes, are you stopped at all? I said, no, I'm going down I-5. He goes, you're kidding me. He goes, what are you on? I said, I'm on the Spyder. He goes, oh, well. I said, no, I got that short windshield, and she's, you know, she makes some noise. It's not as quiet as the big ones, you know, but it's quiet enough. And he was shocked. He's going, wow, I would not have known that you were just sitting at home. So that's cool. That's good to know. Uh-oh. That is the Pokey that is hauling that motorcycle away. That young lad on his, I couldn't tell if that was an FZ07 or FZ09. I just got a glance at it on the trailer, or on the flatbed. Probably didn't have a license or something. Or, well, he didn't look like he was in trouble. He probably just didn't have a license. And it wasn't like he was being handcuffed or anything. But anyway, I'm going to run out of batteries on this thing. This does not last very long, so I got to go. We'll see ya. Bye.